Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night drenched in sweat, heart racing, or feeling completely disoriented, with no idea why? What if I told you your body might be trying to warn you, silently, that something is wrong? And what if those warnings only appear while you're asleep? Most people don't realize it, but type 2 diabetes often speaks at night, through symptoms that go completely unnoticed, and ignoring them could cost you dearly. Because by the time the obvious signs appear, the damage may already be underway. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover 15 nighttime symptoms that may reveal type 2 diabetes, even before your doctor diagnoses it. Stay until the end, because the final ones are the most dangerous, the most overlooked, and the most life-changing if caught early. Let's begin. Symptom number 1. Sudden night sweats. The body's silent alarm. You go to bed feeling fine, but suddenly, in the middle of the night, you wake up soaked. Not from the temperature, not from a bad dream, but from something deeper, something your body is trying to fix on its own. When blood sugar drops too low while you sleep, your body releases adrenaline to raise it back up. That adrenaline spike, it doesn't just wake you up, it floods your body with stress. Your heart races, your glands pour sweat, and you feel confused, anxious, or even cold. Many people chalk this up to anxiety or a bad night. But if it happens repeatedly, especially alongside other symptoms we'll cover, it could be a critical warning of blood sugar instability at night. Your body should rest, but instead, it's fighting to survive. Symptom number 2, leg cramps that strike out of nowhere. You're asleep. Then suddenly, a sharp cramp hits your leg like an electric jolt. You jump, you rub, you try to stretch it away. But by then, your sleep is broken, and your body is confused. Frequent nighttime cramps in the calves or feet can be linked to electrolyte imbalances, nerve damage, or circulation problems, all of which are common in people with type 2 diabetes. High blood sugar affects how your body absorbs magnesium and potassium. And when these minerals are out of balance, your nerves misfire, and your muscles contract violently, especially when they're supposed to be resting. One cramp might be nothing. But if this happens again and again, especially if your legs feel numb or tingling during the day, your body might be telling you more than you think. Symptom number 3, restless legs that just won't stay still. It's late, you're tired, but your legs just won't relax. They twitch, they feel strange. You feel the urge to move them, again and again. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and most of all, it's a red flag. This could be restless leg syndrome, which is surprisingly common among people with diabetes. When your nerves start to misfire, especially the ones in your lower body, your brain gets the wrong signals. Tingling, crawling, twitching, discomfort, all during the hours your body should be healing. But here's what most people miss. RLS isn't just a nuisance. It's often a symptom of diabetic nerve damage that's already started to develop, sometimes even before you've been diagnosed. And every night it happens, your sleep quality declines, your cortisol rises, your insulin resistance worsens. It's a vicious cycle, and it often begins silently, right here. By this point, you might already be wondering, could this be happening to me? If even one of these symptoms sounds familiar, don't panic, but don't ignore it either, because in the next block, we'll cover symptoms that are even more subtle and even more dangerous, including one that could wake you up gasping for air, and another that keeps you running to the bathroom all night without knowing why. Stay with me. Your health might depend on it. Symptom number 4, waking up, gasping for air, the breath you didn't know you were losing. Have you ever suddenly woken up feeling like you couldn't breathe? Like something pulled you out of sleep, heart racing, chest tight, gasping? This might not be stress or a bad dream. It could be sleep apnea, one of the most dangerous and overlooked conditions in people with type 2 diabetes. Sleep apnea happens when your airway partially collapses during sleep. Your brain, desperate for oxygen, forces you to wake up again and again. Sometimes you remember it, sometimes you don't, but your body does. It never reaches deep sleep. It stays in survival mode. What's worse? Sleep apnea is strongly linked to insulin resistance, high blood sugar, and heart complications, all of which spiral out of control when you're chronically sleep deprived. If you snore loudly, feel exhausted in the morning, or wake up gasping, don't ignore it. It's not just bad sleep. It might be a silent war your body is losing each night. Symptom number 5, frequent nighttime urination, the endless walk to the bathroom. If you find yourself getting up once, twice, even 3 times every night just to urinate, that's not aging. That's not hydration. That's your kidneys trying to save you from high blood sugar. When glucose levels are too high, your body desperately tries to flush it out through urine. But that process doesn't wait for the sun to rise. It happens at night, disrupting your sleep, throwing off your hormones, and depleting you of essential fluids and minerals. This symptom is called nocturia, and it's one of the earliest and most common signs of uncontrolled blood sugar. It can also point to kidney strain or diabetic nephropathy if it persists for months. Don't normalize it. If you're waking up to pee every night, your body isn't resting. It's detoxing from damage. Symptom number 6, unquenchable thirst that hits after midnight. You wake up, mouth dry, tongue thick. You reach for water, but it's never enough. That relentless thirst, especially at night, could be your body begging for balance. When blood sugar levels stay high overnight, your kidneys pull extra water from your tissues to flush the sugar out. That loss of water triggers thirst. But the more you drink, the more you pee, and the more the cycle repeats. If you wake up needing water almost every night, it's not just a dry room or salty dinner. It's a possible warning that your glucose regulation is slipping, silently, but steadily. And if you notice thirst, urination, and fatigue together, the triangle is complete. That's when many people finally get diagnosed. Symptom number 7, numbness, pain, or tingling in your legs while lying in bed. At night, when everything is still, that's when it shows up. A strange tingling, a patch of numbness, a dull ache in your feet or lower legs. It fades in and out, or maybe it keeps you awake. But one thing is clear, it's getting worse. This is peripheral neuropathy, one of the most common complications of type 2 diabetes. High blood sugar damages the delicate nerves in your extremities, and those nerves don't heal easily. What starts as mild numbness can lead to infections, ulcers, even amputations if ignored, and it almost always begins at night, because while you sleep, your brain becomes more aware of abnormal signals from the body. The small zaps, the burning, the pins and needles, they all become louder when the world is quiet. If you feel these sensations at night, even slightly, pay attention. It's often one of the first signs that your blood sugar is doing more damage than you think. Symptom number 8, waking up. Shaky, sweaty, or panicked, the hidden drop. Imagine this, you're deep asleep, when suddenly you jolt awake. Your heart is pounding, you're sweaty, you feel shaky, anxious, even confused. It passes after a few minutes, but it leaves you drained. What was that? That right there could be nocturnal hypoglycemia, when your blood sugar drops dangerously low while you sleep. It's one of the most frightening and underdiagnosed symptoms of poor diabetes management. Your body, in a last-ditch effort to survive, releases adrenaline to bring sugar back up. But that adrenaline triggers a stress cascade, waking you up in a panic. If not corrected, hypoglycemia during sleep can lead to seizures, unconsciousness, or worse. And many people don't even know it's happening until something serious occurs. That's why it's so important to track your blood sugar before bed, eat balanced evening snacks, and talk to your doctor about your nighttime patterns. Because these hidden crashes, they're not just interruptions. They're warning flares your body is sending while you sleep. In the next section, we're going deeper. You'll learn how diabetes can affect your sleep on a neurological and emotional level, including the shocking reason why some people experience nightmares, insomnia, or even heart palpitations, and never connect it to their blood sugar. You won't want to miss what's next. It might explain things you felt for years, but never understood. Symptom number 9, insomnia, the night that never ends. You lie in bed, eyes closed, trying to relax, but your mind won't shut off. Your heart won't slow down, and no matter how tired you are, sleep doesn't come. It's easy to blame stress or overthinking, but for many people with diabetes, diagnosed or not, insomnia is the first sign that something deeper is off. Blood sugar instability can trigger insomnia in 2 powerful ways. First, if your blood sugar drops too low, your body releases adrenaline to correct it, and that wakes you up, alert and anxious. Second, if your sugar stays too high, your brain becomes overstimulated, flooded with inflammation, and unable to power down. To make things worse, poor sleep raises cortisol levels, which makes your insulin less effective the next day, setting off a vicious cycle of fatigue, cravings, and glucose spikes. If your nights are restless and your days feel like fog, your blood sugar may be the hidden reason. Symptom 10. Vivid nightmares or intense dreams. Have you ever had dreams so vivid, so real, that they woke you up sweating or afraid? Many people don't realize this, but unusual or frightening dreams can be a neurological symptom of blood sugar dysregulation, especially during the night. When your brain doesn't receive a steady stream of glucose, it panics. And one way it expresses that is through dream disturbances. You might dream of being chased, lost, trapped, or overwhelmed. You might wake up with your heart pounding, unsure what just happened. Some people even experience sleep paralysis or confusion upon waking. This isn't just bad sleep. It's your brain reacting to sudden glucose fluctuations or oxygen deprivation, especially if sleep apnea is also present. If these kinds of dreams have become more frequent or disturbing, and you also experience thirst, fatigue, or frequent urination, your subconscious may be trying to tell you something your conscious mind hasn't figured out yet. Symptom number 11. High blood pressure. During the night. Most people assume blood pressure is something you check in the morning or at the doctor's office, but here's something almost no one talks about. For healthy individuals, blood pressure drops slightly at night to allow the body to rest. However, in people with type 2 diabetes, or those at risk, this doesn't always happen. Instead, blood pressure can stay high, or even spike during sleep, and you don't feel it until it's too late. This is known as non-dipping hypertension, and it's a major risk factor for stroke, heart attack, kidney damage, and severe complications. Why does it happen? Because blood sugar imbalances disrupt the autonomic nervous system, the system that controls your heart rate and blood pressure unconsciously. Add to that poor sleep, inflammation, and constant glucose fluctuations, and your body is in a state of chronic alert, even while you sleep. You may never know your pressure is rising at night unless you measure it. But if you wake up tired, foggy, with tension in your neck or mild headaches, this could be your warning. Symptom 12. Palpitations, the heart that won't rest. You're sleeping peacefully, and then it hits. A sudden thump in your chest, or a fluttering like your heart is dancing without rhythm. It only lasts a few seconds, but it's enough to jolt you awake, enough to scare you, enough to make you wonder if something is really wrong. These are palpitations, and they're more than just annoying. They can be triggered by blood sugar drops, electrolyte imbalances, or hormonal spikes, all common in diabetes, especially when glucose is unstable at night. Low magnesium or potassium levels, dehydration from frequent urination, or reactive hypoglycemia during the night can all disrupt the normal rhythm of your heart. And while one episode may not mean much, recurring palpitations, especially during sleep, should never be ignored. If they happen after a day of poor eating, missed meals, or erratic sleep, it's time to investigate deeper. Your heart is speaking, and you need to listen. In the next part of this video, we're going to explore the final 3 symptoms, including one that affects your jaw without you realizing it, and another that leaves you waking up with pounding headaches that feel like a hangover, but with no alcohol involved. And most importantly, I'll show you what you can start doing tonight to calm your nervous system, protect your sleep, and begin restoring your blood sugar balance naturally. Stay with me. We're almost there. Symptom number 13, teeth grinding at night, the hidden tension. You don't feel. Have you ever woken up with a sore jaw? Or noticed your teeth feel sensitive in the morning? You might not realize it, but teeth grinding, also known as bruxism, can be triggered by nighttime blood sugar crashes. When glucose drops too low, your body activates its stress response. Muscles tense, your jaw clenches, and in some cases, you grind your teeth unconsciously for hours. Over time, this can lead to headaches, enamel erosion, jaw pain, and even TMJ issues. But more importantly, it's a sign that your body is not at peace during sleep. Add to that diabetic neuropathy, which can make the jaw muscles more reactive, and you've got a perfect storm of tension and damage happening every night. If you've never noticed it before, pay attention. Your dentist might be the first to spot it, but your blood sugar may be the real cause. Symptom 14. Morning headaches, the pain that greets you. First waking up with a pounding head, even though you didn't drink, didn't stay up late, and didn't sleep poorly. That could be your brain reacting to either high or low blood sugar levels during the night. When glucose drops, the brain is deprived of its main energy source and responds with pain, confusion, and sometimes dizziness or nausea. When glucose spikes too high, the blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and inflammation builds in the brain's delicate vessels. The result? You wake up feeling foggy, irritable, and in pain, like your day has already started wrong. This is one of the most common signs people ignore, thinking it's dehydration or bad posture. But if you consistently wake up with headaches and also experience thirst, fatigue, or sleep disturbances, blood sugar could be behind it. Symptom number 15, waking up tired, even after a full night's sleep. This one might sound familiar. You went to bed on time. You stayed in bed 7 or 8 hours. But you wake up, and it feels like you didn't sleep at all. This kind of fatigue isn't normal. It's not just aging or busy days. It's often a reflection of poor glucose regulation, blood pressure spikes, sleep interruptions, or nerve stress, all invisible but real. When your body spends the night in battle, correcting sugar drops, handling inflammation, managing stress hormones, it never reaches deep, healing rest. So you wake up, already depleted. This symptom alone, if left unchecked, can spiral into depression, poor decision-making, metabolic damage, and even memory issues. If you wake up tired more often than not, your nights are not as restful as they seem. Now you've seen them. 15 nighttime symptoms that may reveal blood sugar imbalances long before a diagnosis. Some are subtle, some are intense, some are easy to ignore for years. But none of them should be taken lightly. Because while you sleep, your body is trying to heal, to restore, to regulate. And if it's struggling, that struggle will show up in ways you never expected, like cramps, heart palpitations, panic at 3 a.m., or chronic exhaustion you can't explain. But here's the good news. Just by understanding these symptoms, you're already taking control. You're listening to your body. And when you do that, consistently, you give yourself the power to protect your health, reverse damage, and prevent complications before they take root. So don't wait for a lab result to tell you what your nights already know. Start by observing, connecting the dots, and then taking smart, natural steps toward balance. Thousands of people are already discovering simple changes that help regulate their blood sugar, reduce these nighttime symptoms, and finally wake up feeling like themselves again. You'll find more about that in the description below. If this video helped you, share it. Someone you love may be experiencing these symptoms and have no idea why. And if you want more content like this, that's based on science, real stories, and natural healing, subscribe to this channel. We're here to help you feel strong, clear, and in control, one night at a time.